Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, it's Jeff, it's Brad, Drew, Vinny back there, man in the computer.
Hey.
Hey. Hi, Vinny. So Vinny,
Yeah.
we're telling you this because this is the new information to you. The three of us went and saw the Xbox One.
No kidding?
No shit. We totally went and saw that shit.
No diggity?
No doubt.
Wow.
Yeah. We took off with that. We said, like, let's leave Vinny here and go play Xbox games.
I was in a room playing Assassin's Creed, and then it just
That is actually, yeah.
I came out and I said, "Well, man, this game's all." What? I guess I'll go get lunch.
Yeah, you go get lunch.
I guess I'll get lunch.
Yeah, Microsoft came to town and showed off a pile of games, and kind of let us play a handful of them. We checked a few out. We got some footage of our own. They sent some footage over.
It's a footage grab bag.
Yeah, so we've just got all this
everything.
footage. So we didn't really want to do like quick looks on the road of this stuff. Well, actually we did, and the audio
Pan out so well.
yeah, it didn't work out so great. So we have that footage without us talking over it, so we can talk over it now.
Yeah.
Because we prepare for all contingencies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We talk over the stuff we talk over if we have to, like whatever. It was the
We're
plans
ready.
on plans on plans.
What'd
So,
you see?
well, we saw a pile of games. Why don't we start here, Vinny? You're manning the video playback back there. Why don't you go ahead and hit that space bar, and we'll take a look at Dead Rising 3.
Yeah, they said this was the TGS demo, so some people had played this prior to this event. But
Yeah.
We didn't go to TGS,
That's true.
so it was all new to us.
This is footage of you playing,
Yes.
Brad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at
Yeah,
that
this
frame
is-
rate.
Yeah.
Good playing. Yeah.
That's a pretty good A.
Can we count the pixel? I mean,
Yeah,
how many?
yeah, count the aliasing on that D.
Looks like garbage.
Figure this out.
So this is, I mean, they've showed this for the first time at E3, and I came out of E3 thinking this game looked terrible. Like
Well,
it didn't seem like it had the spirit of the original game.
stuff they showed at the press conference
obviously
looked
it was
awful.
super in development. Like
Yeah.
frame rate was all over the place.
think
Like it didn't look great.
From what I've seen of it since then, I think they selectively omitted stuff from the E3 press conference that made it look.
Yeah, because they were showing it, they were kind of letting people play it or playing it in front of people
Right.
at the night before E3 started.
Right.
That thing we went to right before all our equipment got stolen.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Like seeing it played, this is me kind of just dicking around. I was talking to one of the developers quite a bit while I was playing this as well, so forgive the.
Can you say
noodling in the
survival
menus and
guide?
stuff.
And
Yeah, I think
Xbox survival guide.
anything
I don't
marked
know.
with a microphone, I believe that's the case. But it was loud in there. Sorry, I was just sort
Look
of
at all these zombies.
getting a feel for the controls and stuff. But like playing it, like immediately it starts feeling more like Dead Rising than it looked like in that early presentation.
Yeah, yeah.
you know? Like
So that
the-
was a controller shake
Yeah.
moment there to
Which-
get the dudes off you. How did that feel?
It was fine. Like it seemed responsive enough, and it worked every time I had to do it. And I think they said that's a Kinect thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
that.
there's not gyroscope.
There's
yeah,
no
it's
accelerometer
there.
in
The
that controller.
Kinect is looking at the controller.
Oh,
The
wow.
Kinect sees the controller because the controller is emitting
the IR.
infrared light.
So what if you have
whatever.
the Kinect unplugged?
Then
you're not playing Dead
you'll have
Rising
to
3?
just wiggle the right stick. I'm
Fine.
sure they must
Done.
have come up with
Oh,
some sort of alternative, right?
Is this the part where we were trying to get the headphones working? Remember that?
No, that was before we started recording.
I'm pretty sure.
started
I'm pretty sure I split the file.
Like, I guess probably the biggest story about seeing this. So I should say, they said it was the.
Survival guide.
Survival Guide, Xbox Survival Guide.
You might want to skip ahead.
I'll try skipping ahead. I've got
30
all sorts of
like 30
keyboard
seconds or
commands. How about
something.
that? How about that? How about that?
Okay, there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what these things are. They're pretty crazy though. That's like
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, so they kind of this demo was just sort of a sandbox
Yeah.
with some weapons already given to you to let you just kind of go around and mess up a bunch
Yeah,
of
there
zombies.
was no story, no cutscenes in this. It was, and yeah, they also said like some of the special attacks that you'd normally have to charge up were just unlimited use in this and
Yeah.
stuff like that, so you can kind of do everything.
Nice.
But
I think that was the point there. Watching Brad play this, I was like, okay,
yes, yeah,
all right, maybe this is all right.
There's a couple more of those in here where I was like, all right, maybe this is still Dead
I
Rising.
mean, the handguns are pretty.
I'm seeing PP.
Yeah, you get PP. Yeah, you get PP.
Yeah.
The weapons are stupid, the kills are stupid, like the movement feels kind of the same. I mean, the big story about this was that me and Vinny saw it at E3 in a kind of a closed meeting, and it ran like garbage.
Poo-poo.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Like we're talking like 10, 15 frames a second. Like I could not believe.
Poo and PP.
Yeah, like mixed
PP and
together in a
poo-poo.
blender.
Yeah.
And they were doing like airstrikes, so the frame rate was just hitting the single digits.
Like to the point that I almost couldn't believe they were showing it to anybody. But then like playing it here, it ran totally fine. Like it's a nice steady 30. And this was not the totally final version of the game, but they had that build there. They actually had, like, it's gone through cert. This game's done.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had that there, so like I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the way this game runs anymore.
Why does a microphone show up when a zombie's on you? Can you say, "Get off me"?
I think there's
maybe.
something you can do with the microphone to make stuff happen.
Like, can you like whistle to the zombies? Call them? Is that this game?
I think you can.
That's a different game.
No,
All kinds of runs
actually, I
together.
kind of think I remember something like in E3. Somebody saying that.
So that was one of the, if I remember from other Dead Rising games, like using the special attacks is what gets you the red PP.
Yeah,
That's
yep.
like bonus experience for doing more than just mashing the buttons.
But there's damage on the weapons, like you'll break a weapon
Yeah,
eventually.
they break. I mean, you can see that that weapon was flashing in the lower right a second ago. That means it's broken or almost broken. But this game has
Handguns.
I think this might be the point where the developers started telling me to use the super crazy stuff. But this game has a light and a heavy attack, which I think is new. Wasn't it?
That's new.
Maybe
Because you
I'm
can always
wrong.
like swing the bat,
Yeah,
maybe,
forklift.
yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
or like jam it in their head.
The guy when I started playing said something about having a light and a heavy, and that made me think that was new or something.
Who do you think you are, Alexis?
It's just playing Halo Reach.
Was it? Did it used to be you tap it for a light attack and then hold it down for?
Maybe that was it. I don't know.
And now it's two different buttons.
It's been a while since
been a couple years
played
since
any,
two.
Dead
Oh, run
Rising.
him into the wall. Is this Euphoria work going on here?
I don't think they use Euphoria in this, but maybe something similar. But vehicles are new in this for the most part. You know,
the
previous
motor-
games
motorcycle
previous
and
games
stuff like
had vehicles occasionally, but it was like part of the story.
Well, so this has combo vehicles, which
Well, yeah.
you're going to put together here in a little bit.
Right, but also this is an open world. Like there are just vehicles everywhere that you can get in. Like any one of these cars that's not busted up or exploded, I can jump in and drive.
You should just be doing that and doing donuts.
Yeah, just spin Brodies until. I mean, that's the thing. You get in the car or whatever, and you go down to the parking garage
yeah.
until you get the 55,000 zombies or whatever. Dead Rising 1 totally had vehicles, dude. Now you got that tire.
Yeah, dude.
There's a little bit of a trade-off though. Like zombies will hop on your car and slow it down.
Tire just disappeared.
Yeah, you busted up that tire.
Where you figure out how to use
Yes,
the,
I believe we're about to get to the point where I
Okay.
believe this is it, where it starts getting fun.
Yeah.
We're stupid.
Look at all these cars.
Both. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
all right.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Sure.
Brad, oh man, we were recording this. You were so very excited.
Yeah, that really.
What happens to his body?
That really
You
tickled.
crush it.
That really tickled my funny bone.
I also like that there's electric shock with that too, just in case.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, like it's just shocking the other nearby dudes.
And they've made some changes to like the combo weapon systems. I know that people have reported on that a lot already, but like
There's no workbench, right?
there's-
That's you can just.
I can't remember if it's that way from the beginning or if that's an upgrade. But yes, there is a point in the game where you will no longer have to.
Yeah, I mean, when you assemble
to
this
the
combo
workbench.
vehicle, you just, yep, there you go.
Also, there's that. That was so that's the super special move of this thing.
Is that something you have to upgrade?
That I believe both of these like that overhead chop with the hammer. Also, I think those are all things that
You will use a
up.
weapon.
Oh my gosh, look at all these zombies.
Yeah, so I wanted to like get somewhere where I could.
But yeah, then yeah,
ran out
of
or it
ammo.
broke
Yeah.
or something.
Oh, look at that. Oh, so this is the vertical slice. Got it.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep. You did it.
Get in that car. I feel like you're not actually playing it right now.
Yeah.
There's no controller in your hand, but get in that car.
In the car, what are you doing?
I feel
Yeah.
like right there, I was like, okay, new consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely selling me more. I'm like, all right, man.
I mean, this is.
I mean, previous games have done a lot of stuff on screen, but obviously not at this level of fidelity. right?
not this fidelity, and not like. I think they've said that you can roam the entire world without a loading screen, right? Like, whereas the previous
Oh, yeah.
games had pretty small areas and you were loading constantly.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you were always loading into the safe house every time.
Right.
Oh my God! Just.
Yeah. I mean,
Dead Rising.
they changed a lot of that stuff even in Case West, where like you didn't have to
Right.
escort guys anymore. You
Yeah.
just kind of pointed them at the safe house and they just went. I mean, they've made some changes in this that sound like they're for the worse. Like they removed the 72-hour clock unless you play in nightmare mode. And,
Right.
Like I'm not 100% convinced this is going to be totally the Dead Rising I want because I love those old games. But
Oh, is this how you
Get in
Crash
that
this
back.
is how you craft vehicles. This is how you make combo vehicles. You just drive two vehicles next to each other.
Oh, really?
And like go
And
through
then
a
duct
thing.
tape them together?
Go through a thing, and then here you go. Here's your vehicle.
Jeez.
so awesome?
Yep.
I guess
So-
that's better than driving them both to a garage.
Yeah, just duct tape and a blowtorch, and here you go. Here's your.
So this has blades that will shoot out of the sides of the vehicle.
Yeah, so it's got
as
that
well as the
cannon on the
turret,
top
yeah.
that I can aim and shoot at stuff.
Where did this come from that car?
The
In that
car,
hole?
the car,
In the
it was in the
backhoe?
trunk. It was in the trunk.
So yeah, there's the blades. You can kind of, as you're driving along, you can just chop a bunch of zombies on the sides.
Huh.
And
every vehicle can hold multiple people for co-op stuff.
yeah,
Oh, really?
I believe that's the case.
Is
yeah.
it co-op campaign stuff?
I'm not sure how
how
that
they-
works. I guess so.
I did
yeah.
it before.
I've never played. I regard this as a single-player game, but
So this was no rescue people or story missions.
no,
Yeah,
this
this is just
literally just
here's an
part of,
area
like,
to
combat
bust
sandbox.
up
Like,
stuff.
There's a bunch of stuff to play with.
With
But
everything kind of leveled up.
They sent some B-roll.
Whoa, what's
over.
happening in that car?
Trying to blow
Somebody
it up.
driving?
Trying to blow it
You're
up.
shooting
No, the taxi was like
Oh,
spinning out.
zombies. That's what happened. Zombie taxi.
Zombies was happening.
P.
Yeah, I came away from playing this a lot more optimistic about this game, even with some of those changes that they made that don't sound super promising.
For sure. You know, I'd heard from people who were at TGS that, you know, the impressions had changed.
Yeah.
They had, you know, they were showing a better looking game than they were showing at E3.
Yeah.
But still was a little iffy on it. This makes me want to give it a shot.
Yeah, totally.
Like you said, yeah, you know, some of the stuff they're changing.
It just makes it sound less like Dead Rising.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we'll see how much that's a factor.
I think that's the hard thing to split is, like, you know, the parts of what made Dead Rising were the parts that were incredibly inconvenient.
That's part of it, yeah.
So-
We've got some B-roll that they sent over too.
Thank you for your playing.
Thanks for playing.
If you want to,
Yeah. So this is the stuff they sent over?
yeah, this is
Okay.
B-roll. They didn't. None of this was available there to play.
As soon as I saw this, I was like, all right.
Yeah,
Dead Rising.
this guy is one of the psychopaths. You know, one of the bosses.
Get out of here. The bomb's gonna go off.
Seeing a guy in a spacesuit flying around with a jetpack makes me feel like, all right, maybe this is still Dead Rising. Like, you know, they said that Japan wasn't as involved in this game, that it's more
Vancouver,
Castle,
yeah.
Capcom Vancouver doing it themselves. And
Yeah.
I was really worried about losing that really droll sense of humor that Dead Rising always has. Because I don't know how much of that came from the kind of the creative talent.
Well,
of
I
the
think that was the worry about Dead Rising 2, and I think Dead Rising 2 had
band. Oh, they nailed it in that game, I thought.
and the Japanese involvement in that was like they came out. Capcom Japan guys came out to Vancouver and were
Right.
stationed there for a while, but
Right.
it was largely. My understanding is it was largely Blue Castle.
Okay.
Or
All right.
at the time, I just think they still.
You're
were Blue Castle, right?
crazy,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. 'Cause
Like-
it's in,
I mean, they keep hammering that PR line about, like, we want to let you make your own humor in this one. So I'm
Yeah, and
not
saying
really
like,
sure.
oh, you know, the cutscenes will have, you know, you could be wearing a thong and do all the
Right.
cutscenes. It's like, yeah, that's. I guess maybe that is where a lot of the humor came from. Was
Yeah, I guess,
just the
but I mean-
situation. Like even in the past games, it wasn't
Wearing-
necessarily like, hey, we wrote all these jokes. Like it wasn't like that.
It just had a weird atmosphere about it. Like everybody
it
had a
was
weird
just-
attitude,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Like I feel like everybody was always very deprecating toward the protagonists in those
Right,
games,
yep.
especially in 2.
Oh God, yeah.
Everybody just fucking hated Chuck Green.
the reporter.
Yeah, like the reporter was one of my favorites because she was just so smarmy
Oh,
all
I
the time.
hated her.
So I don't know. We'll see how much.
Strangling an
that is.
astronaut. Take
Yeah,
that
so-
space program.
So seeing stuff like this, it's like, all right, maybe
It's a metaphor. This is a political cartoon right here.
Like hopefully this game is as ridiculous as we want it to be.
got shield. So if you were to, as far as you know, if I were to say you're crazy to my Kinect, is that like a taunt or something? Is that what's happening there? Not
I don't know.
Or you just telling
Yeah,
Xbox
maybe.
One
You're crazy. And the Xbox says, "Thank you."
Xbox is so crazy.
like a motherfucker.
Is that the Xbox's accent? Is that the voice they gave him?
Yeah.
The Xbox is a him.
Uh-oh. I think we have one more clip too if we want to move ahead.
Yeah, like we don't have. I don't think there's a cutscene at the end of this. If you just want to skip the rest of this fight.
We go to the next clip here.
Sure.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So I think this is just some more open world stuff.
Steamroller and a motorcycle, I guess.
Yeah.
That seems like a
there's
good-
a survivor. Okay, so maybe we can get a sense of how the rescue missions work in this.
It seems like a good way to kill zombies.
Stranded Survivor. That just said Stranded Survivor complete. Like
So
you just checked it off.
that's
Like, I wonder
basically-
if that's all you need to do.
That's basically how it worked in Case West, which was the last Dead Rising thing that came out.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I'm sorry. I guess Off the Record came out after that, I believe. But yeah, like in Case West, you would like fulfill the requirement to save them, and then just sort of point them at the safe house, and they would just go.
Okay.
So maybe that's what they're going with here. I'm not sure.
Combo blueprints. Okay. So. I wonder if that's a case where couldn't you build whatever you wanted to, but in Dead Rising 2, but once you found the blueprint, that was the thing that let you use the special move.
I think you're right. I think, man.
Or you got a 2 times PP once you found the.
Something like it was something to that effect, yeah. You know, they've also reworked how you level up in this. You know, in the past it was that every level had a preset skill upgrade attached to it.
Right.
And in this, you just earn a skill point every time you level, and you can put it into whatever you want.
Interesting.
So, you know, I'm kind of bummed to lose the 72-hour timer and stuff like that, but if you get, in exchange, you're getting better leveling and
Well, you can play it.
Yeah, like I wonder,
big
you know,
world to roam around
I
and
guess
stuff
I
like
don't
that.
know, but I would assume that would still be in there, like the New Game Plus stuff of like, okay, I'm gonna quit and just restart with my higher level character.
Well, the Nightmare mode is that.
Right.
But it's also, like, they also, like, seriously jack up the enemy health and stuff like that.
Right,
so
right.
You can't just play the base game with the timer, which I wish that was just a toggle.
Yeah, I guess there's no reason to restart the base
there's no
game
timer.
anymore if there's no time pressure.
Right.
Hey, it's Gary. Hey, Gary. I love your mod.
Was that one of those jars with a bee in it? No, maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is a
Bee.
queen bee. Yeah, all right. All right, Dead Rising 3. I'll give you a chance.
What is that? Is it a guitar?
Looks like a crutch.
Look
Or
at
no,
a
it's like-
manifold.
I don't know.
All right.
I think this looks pretty ambitious by launch game standards. You know, seems like more like the kind of game you get a year after the console ships. You know.
Maybe, yeah. I guess it's hard to get a sense of the real scope of this from the stuff they put out
we'll
so far.
But I mean, it does look like it's not really missing much as far as these games go.
Yeah.
This is pretty much the only game.
Frank statue.
What? Oh man.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next game?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
This has Comic Mischief.
I
just wanna warn
forgot what it
everybody.
was.
If it's Comic Mischief, then I'm not interested.
Now I can't remember what it is based on this.
Well, what's the rating on it?
This is Dead Rising.
Did you
Did you hit the space bar, Vinny?
I did, but I don't know if I hit the space bar again to
watch
stop
it.
it. Let's try.
How many times have you hit the space bar?
I wanted to make sure
There we
everybody
go.
knew. Comic Mischief in Forza 5.
Wait, really?
Watch out.
So
yeah.
Drew and Jeff, you guys both played this.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What happens in Forza?
So Frank West is in it, and it's really just Dead Rising out all of their launch lineup. What happens in Forza is
I didn't know there were F1
open
cars.
wheel racing.
I did not know
is
this
that
was
new?
coming.
Is that not something they've done before?
They have not done this before.
So
Yeah.
again, this is footage provided. This is not you guys.
Right.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is not
that's
us
right.
playing.
Some B-roll.
You know, they had it quickly set up. You know, just kind of run a lap, that sort of thing, at the event, and
This looks all right.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, look at that cockpit.
There's some good reflections here off the hood.
Yeah.
You see that in this view. You'll see that with a couple of different cars, I think, even in this footage. I like what they've done with the UI. I mean, you know, it's Forza from what I've seen of it, you know, the same level of turning on and off the different levels of assists and stuff. And this is the only game I've played that has rumble in the triggers.
Okay, I was wondering if we could talk about that.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. So like if you turn off analog brakes, and even Jeff, you were saying even with them on, you can kind of feel it.
Well, you can feel it in the accelerator for sure.
Okay.
You know.
But you're basically feeling the traction in your tires. So if you go around the corner and lose traction, you'll get some vibration.
Yeah. So did you feel that? Did that seem like useful feedback to you?
Yeah, definitely. So it'll take some getting used to. Like, what does this vibration mean?
Right.
Because it is kind of an unusual.
Sorry.
Excuse you.
It's an unusual sensation.
So it's not just a gimmick then? You feel like you're getting like actual like useful data about how to drive?
Yeah.
It
I
felt
think you
like
have to
it was
train yourself.
potentially meaningful feedback coming out of that thing.
You have to train yourself for what it means.
That's
but
kind of neat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was quick.
Do you guys want to go back to Forza? Keep moving.
I think you know that's it's Forza. I mean, you know, it's going to have the paint shop and all that other stuff in it.
There's a big day one like content patch coming forward.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So it
unlike-
sounds like they're still working on that game.
Unlike Dead Rising, which is like certified and done.
Yeah, like it sounds like the discs for Forza will be done, but you will have to get more. So, Brad, you played Rise.
I played a little bit of Rise.
What'd you think? Because I just every time I've seen this, like I just don't think this looks interesting
Yeah,
at
like
all.
Rise has gotten a whole bunch of shit since E3. Some justifiably.
So I think this is provided footage too, right? This is
This is all B-roll.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So what are the
Legendary
controls here?
execution.
I mean, it is a pretty standard third-person combat game. You know, like it's.
We talking Batman?
Left. So the combat, well, you know, left stick moves, right stick camera, blah blah blah. But the combat, like maybe wait until he gets into another fight. This is not what I played. Okay, but the part I played had numerous guys around you, so this should be pretty similar.
That guy just turned red.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so he's mad, man. He is seeing red.
That could be problematic.
Combat is kind of Batman light. It's definitely not as intricate. You don't
Are
have-
people still turning red?
You don't have as many options there.
That guy
so,
turned yellow.
so it's
Blue. Oh, those
Those are
I get
button
buttons?
prompts, aren't they?
Okay.
so it's
That's going to be problematic.
I just
That
Well,
guy
you
just
can't-
turned red.
okay. The red one is the one I'm not just having problems with.
Okay.
well, I mean, you know, you can tell the one that doesn't look super red or super colorful is the one that's red.
I have not noticed anyone glowing
Yeah.
red yet
No.
since we started doing this.
I see that stuff and that stuff. Oh no!
Yeah, some of the executions are pretty
He's red.
gnarly.
Oh
You
geez,
didn't see
yeah,
that
I'm
at
not-
all?
No,
No,
I
I-
see when the button press thing happens, but
Okay, let me tell you what's going on here now that it's over. So a lot of it is based on countering, like a Batman would be. You can wait for guys to come in and start your attack string by countering their attacks. But you can also just run in with the X button and start slashing. And when that little skull appears over guys is when they're execution ready.
Yeah.
And then you have, I think it's right trigger you hit to do an execution. I think there's another clip after this.
Yeah, there's two more, and they both have logo builds, so feel free to.
But
Achieved with CryEngine.
okay.
I hate that they say achieved with
yeah,
CryEngine.
it's pretty dopey. I have to agree with you.
It's so lame.
But you know, obviously, I'm sure you can put it together for yourself. The colors they were flashing were the colors of the face
Of the
buttons you
buttons,
need to hit. This is the part I played, actually.
Yeah, that'll be problematic for me for yellow and green. Probably.
Really?
And
You never hit green.
okay.
It's
Sounds
just
like red's gonna be rough too.
it's
yeah, like,
red.
yeah.
Red is only for blocking. Red is block, and if I'm not mistaken,
Block jet.
yeah, who blocks?
Exactly. That's yeah.
the execution combos are just yellow and blue from what I saw. Weird part is that even when you miss those, you still finish the execution.
well,
But you see, I think this is how it works. You see, you get the combo stuff going on up there.
Right.
I think you'll get a higher. Cut that
those
guy
are
off.
legendary hits, so
Yeah.
you're kind of getting.
So I think you'll get a higher multiplier
Yeah.
for doing the executions well. Probably the only thing I've seen in this that seemed like mechanically interesting really is that you've got what seem to be like perks basically, and you can equip a specific perk that determines what you get out of doing executions well. So like you can equip one perk to get a bonus XP for doing executions.
Okay.
But there's another one that'll give you a little bit of health back. If you do them right, so you kind of have to decide what
Right. What's going to be the most useful?
what the benefit's going to be from doing your executions.
Oh, it seems all right to me.
It looks pretty.
I think
guess.
it looks really nice. I mean, this is.
I mean,
this
the
is,
animation's really, you know,
It's kind of
video
stuttery.
gamey.
The transitions between animations don't look super natural, but I think like
That's all games. Or
yeah,
most
right.
games.
But
So
like,
far.
like the image quality, I think in this looks
Fire volley!
it's really impressive. Yeah, fuck that. I held the button for that
Oh,
stuff.
well, I guess that's that.
I mean, this from what I've seen of it is kind of your average launch game, right? Like, there's nothing mechanically about this that they couldn't have done on the last generation.
And
They
you're just going
started
from fight to
developing
fight to
this
fight.
for-
Well, they did, yeah, but it just looks better, you know. Like this is kind of what you do for a launch game for
Is
the
there
most part.
anything beyond fight scenarios?
I saw one bit where a guy was, you know, shooting a ballista or something.
Yeah, that was
With
I did jump on some kind of catapult thing and shoot at guys for a while, and it was kind of a defend sequence. You know, you kind of had to hold the line. I don't know what else is coming up here.
This is one they're going to march in formation and block the arrows.
Like this game does not seem mind-blowing, but it certainly seems competent. Like the stuff that came out of E3 where it seemed like the entire game was just going to be sort of quick-time event driven.
Right.
I don't think is entirely accurate. It definitely seems more
Well, not
Yeah, I mean,
little
because at
more-
E3 they had just button prompts instead of those color
Right,
flashes,
right,
right?
right.
Ironically, that would be way easier for me to
Yeah.
see and handle.
Yeah, maybe you can turn them off.
Yeah. Archers, cover me!
Oh, weird. That thing over there, the weapon rack over there, is glowing green. I don't know what that was about. I guess
He's pretty psyched about kicking that.
run over and grab a weapon, I guess.
So when you
Like-
hit block, does he automatically spin around and block or counter?
Yeah, I think so. If a hit is coming in, I believe. You may have to also.
Yeah, so there you got health regain out of that execution. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
So that's the perk up there in the upper left, the
yeah.
little
That
heart
just
thing.
depends
yeah.
on what you have equipped there.
Yeah.
What's a Roman's health mean?
Sounds like maybe
Probably
you're
a
defending.
probably-
timer, like stop the attack before the Roman's health.
Yeah, probably just the health of your forces, I guess.
Huh.
I think
I don't
that's
know.
it.
Looks all right.
It looks okay. Yeah, like
But-
it doesn't look bad, but it also like it doesn't seem.
It just like kind of
and it was
boring.
achieved
With
with
CryEngine.
CryEngine.
Oh well, if it was achieved with CryEngine, then I'm in.
It doesn't look especially innovative.
You guys ready for the
This
next one?
Defiance. Like these menus look like Defiance. That's really frightening to me already.
I think this is.
This is Crimson Dragon.
Crimson
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
With
So
sound.
whoa, with sound.
Oh yeah, nice
Okay.
callback.
I've never seen it with sound.
Achieved with sound.
We didn't have a chance to sit down and play this, but they sent me a roll, so I said, hey.
Concentration of crimson scale in here is off the charts.
Well, it seems like some sound, at least.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that the path out of the ruins served as a
I mean, this is
conduit for
this is
White
kind of the
Weavers.
Panzer Dragoon people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The dude that did Panzer.
Which is this thing has been coming for ages.
Right. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
this along with Rise was also
They announced this like
for an
years
Xbox
ago.
360 game. It was like a Kinect only game too.
Yeah, I
so
believe
now
so.
it is. I believe it is optional.
Yeah, the movement of that cursor sure looks like it's being driven by an analog stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. All right.
Bone Dragon.
Locking on, shoot
But
stuff.
if they're gonna make a Panzer Dragoon style game, like it's there are not a lot of these anymore.
No,
There kind of
definitely
never
not.
were. So
Yeah.
you know that's okay.
Sure.
As long as it looks nice. I don't. I mean,
It's okay.
that's what-
Pretty sure this is a downloadable game. Is that the case?
I believe you. I think you maybe. Well, I mean everything's a downloadable game now.
Well, you already no.
Download
so-
only game.
I don't even know how to distinguish that stuff anymore since they're dropping the XBLA
Is it
name.
only available on the Xbox Games Store, or is
like-
it also available at retail?
Like, should you make distinction by price, or yeah, I guess by the fact that it has a disc or not?
No.
I think
Non-disc.
we're kind of past that distinction in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Where like the games that have been downloadable have been fantastic in a lot of cases. So
Oh, yeah.
here's Battlefield.
I guess this is the last game we've got in this
Yeah.
lineup
So this
here.
is me playing. We kind of been fucking it up a couple times here in the campaign.
You may want to skip ahead, Benny. I think there's some.
Yeah, I think we sat
Some
here
menu
for a
footage.
while.
Yeah.
Here we go. There's some dudes.
Hey, dude.
Unless
What up,
absolutely
dude?
necessary.
Looks pretty good.
What up, military dude?
Yeah. I thought this looked pretty good. You'll see some stuff in here like the Kinect support,
Staff Sergeant Dunn felt you were the guy to lead the team, give orders.
which
and
lets you
everything
lean.
this,
Oh, okay.
this, and the
lost.
controller or the
tragic.
trigger vibration were the two things
Yeah.
that stood out to me.
Yeah,
Xbox
the
leaning.
leaning worked. I mean, it is analog lean with you leaning back and forth on the couch. It
Like, did you-
seemed to work just fine.
Did they tell you to do that, or did you stumble into that just by moving and it happening?
I think Gino said, "Hey, by the way, you can lean."
Oh, okay.
What if you're laying down?
But I was actually like given like I'm probably the world's biggest
There you
Kinect detractor.
Yeah, so there's us.
but
up there.
I was sort of impressed at
to the car.
Whoa, did it say head tracking in some vehicles?
maybe.
Yeah.
Is that your head tracking or is that your stick?
Even
That's
even
the stick.
even I was kind of impressed at
Dunn's wife.
how little latency there was between
got
you
around to
moving
getting
and
it
the
back.
lean responding.
Yeah,
was
I mean, it
supposed to
didn't
say-
seem like it was like immediate. I'm sure
Not
there's
like he
some
died.
Yeah, there
amount
was
of
a little bit
latency,
of lag, but
but
it was way more responsive than the first Kinect.
yeah, definitely.
This is a piece of garbage.
And don't need to move your fingers off buttons.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to lean.
Well, so the lean in
Console
this
jittery.
on PC when you're playing with the gamepad or anything like that is a lot like Call of Duty Ghosts,
right?
where it's
Waltz and
contextual. If you're in a
raindrops.
situation where you
Right,
can
Wrecker?
lean, then hitting the left trigger will
lean
lean.
you out.
So go for
It'll
a
lean
cup of
out.
coffee right now.
So I think that's a pretty elegant way to handle it. But having this option, or whatever. I don't know that I would ever use this option
motherfuckers
if I was
eyeballing
actually
me.
playing this
It's that
game
natural.
on an
Natural.
Xbox, but
You hear that shit, Wreck?
it was a nice little
Fuck, I look
test
Chinese
that
to you,
worked.
Pac. Anybody got a visual on the building?
for Kinect
We're
stuff.
not going anywhere unless
So.
we get me a way out of
It
here.
seems that both those things
Make a
seem
left.
like
A left here.
they've reined in the gimmick factor
Coming through.
and have sat down and thought, how
think
can
we're
this
okay.
actually help us?
I got a visual on the building.
Right.
How can this help them?
What floor are we
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to? And how many VIPs?
And as far as like the this version of the game, like how's it look? I know it looks pretty good.
Easy, calm down.
I haven't seen the PC version.
We just looked at that a couple days ago. This looks
You played this part on the PC.
Yeah, I have, and this is totally comparable.
Yeah.
Continue on foot.
Just obviously lower resolution.
Come on, Wrecker.
Yeah,
You're also going to be sitting farther away from it than you would a PC, so I don't know. I love wet pavement.
what is
yeah.
that?
We
What are you
spent some
doing?
time we're getting a fucking up close look at this wet pavement,
Wet
dude.
pavement is possibly the greatest barometer of
That
graphical
is
quality
basketball
that we
players'
have today.
sweat for this generation. Also, this was the first time I'd played any Battlefield 4 since E3, when they just were running that same map that was in the beta.
Oh, because this, I think the event was the day the game
This is the
came
day
out.
the game came out,
Yeah,
because
and we didn't get it early. So
I was giving them shit about sending me a retail disc like the day it came out. Like, yeah. The pavement continues to look pretty good. Actually, I thought all the rain effects in this looked pretty nice. Yeah. Not just wet pavement, wet walls.
Sure.
That's the next generation right there. Look at those
Sweating
walls. Look at that wet ladder.
Once we have this in here and also on the PS4, how do you feel about doing comparisons? Like, is that
I mean, yeah,
know if
sure.
that's-
I mean, if you want to do it, I say do it. But it's
saying
one of
I
those
want
things
to.
where like there are like a billion.
Yeah, dedicated.
Yeah.
Digital Foundry exists,
That's what I'm saying,
and that's
yeah.
their whole mandate.
That's what I'm saying,
You know,
yeah.
if you think you can add anything to that conversation, then by all means. But you know,
Yeah, I guess for our part, I mean, that's the kind of thing that is best discussed in like a review scenario, right?
ideally,
Or
yeah.
if you're playing both versions of the game and one looks profoundly better.
I mean, we looked
It's
at
worth
both
mentioning.
versions during the quick look. We looked
Yeah,
at
Right.
yeah.
360 and oh, is it PS4? Or PS3 and PC? I can't remember what we looked at.
That was 360 and PC for Battlefield. Yes, this is pretty early on. This is the mission that we picked up that eventually has you on that boat, and
Got it.
the guy going like, "Follow us, follow us!" blah."
Yeah.
You know,
Man, what are you doing? Shut up.
Yeah.
Should I skip ahead a little bit? Is there,
Go
is
ahead.
there-
Let's just
is there
skip ahead. We'll
gunplay
get to
later
some
on?
fighting in a little
Okay,
bit
now
here.
you got a gun.
Fuck is this? Cocktail guns?
Do your
Get us to the
clothes
hotel.
dry
I don't
when
see
you're
it.
inside?
VIPs are on the top floor.
Your jacket is now dry.
That sounds about right. Sky Bar was on the fucking roof. You really need to call.
Yeah, and I end up going through this part a couple of different times because I just keep screwing up and dying. But there is one point.
Hi, guys.
Shit. You just invaded fucking China. We ain't using that right out. Any alternatives?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it played pretty well with the controller.
Stay alert, stay alive.
They had all the weapons unlocked at this case here.
We're good. Irish, Rick, look at this.
Oh, really? It's like not.
Guns.
By default, it's the guns. It's only the guns you found and picked
Yeah.
up. But they
Okay.
had
Jeez.
just about every gun here.
That's a lot of weapons.
You got a preference, Vinny, Mr. Battlefield?
In what? The weapons?
Battlefield. Yeah.
Like what weapon I
Yeah,
use?
what
I
weapon?
like the. I really like the shotgun with slugs. But you know it's not the best in all situations. But
Yeah.
with slugs, you get some range on it, and it's also, you know, like 1 or 2 shots and a guy is gone down.
Yeah. Have they ever had an elephant gun in a game?
In a game,
Yeah. I feel like I never run
Probably.
across an elephant gun.
like what would it shoot?
Bugs.
Like gigantic slugs?
Yeah. Elephants.
I think that the way the laser sight bobs around looks really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it looks like the Predator.
Yeah, the 3.
Yeah.
It's weird how it doesn't change sizes. I don't know if that's how lasers work.
I want to buy a really high-powered laser, you guys, and this happens to me every 8 months or so, where I just go and look at lasers that are like $1,000 or $600 or something
Some of
like
those
that.
lasers
Or-
like
then you get-
pop balloons.
yeah,
you
and
get-
then some.
Then you can go take it to the airport.
Exactly. that is literally what started this conversation this time.
There you go. I feel like that laser doesn't look like it's sitting on the surface of anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about it. Looks like it's like stopping midair.
Well, it's not a high-powered, 2-watt green laser.
There you go. What'd you do there? Did you tell
There, I ordered my squad mates to engage, something that, as I had not played the campaign before, did not know existed. So,
I'll say one thing: this looks a hell of a lot better than Call of Duty Ghosts.
Look at all that debris flying around there.
Yeah.
Looks great.
it does look significantly better than Ghosts. You are right there.
If you want a game to judge the new consoles by, this is a much better one than that.
We'll see. I mean,
Yeah,
if you need to have a game that's available on both to do that, then this might be the game.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like
Let's skip
Forza
ahead a
seems
little
like the there it is.
Yeah,
There's a lean.
So that is literally me leaning back and forth in my chair, and
it's analog.
and it is analog.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I kind of lean
It's
a
not
little,
like
lean
lean
a lot.
enough and then you lean out.
yeah.
It's tracking your body.
Yeah, like again, thought the first Kinect was garbage, but some of the stuff we can't talk about everything we've seen with the Kinect yet.
Wait, are you leaning just by standing still too?
But some of the
This video is not going up until tomorrow.
oh wait.
So we saw the Xbox Fitness stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess we can talk about all that stuff. Huh?
It's
We're waiting on footage of the actual dashboard that we can hopefully do something with.
yeah. We were hoping to get it in before this, before recording this, but they have not provided it yet. So
But
Wait,
yeah,
was
like
the fitness stuff there?
no, we went to a separate demo where we sat for like an hour watching some of the features of, of the new dashboard.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff is seriously impressive.
So with Xbox Fitness, I mean, we'll show some of this stuff when we get that footage. Maybe we'll take a second look at that. But it shows your full body, and then it'll show like the pressure points as to where like if you're standing on one leg, you will see the leg you're standing on kind of light up a little bit. If you're, kind of bending back,
kind of like around the thigh where the muscles are flexing the most. Like when you're doing jumping jacks, you'll see it around sort of the pecs, when you raise your arms. But they basically turned the fitness stuff into Guitar Hero. Like
Really?
you've got sort of a combo multiplier going, and you're earning stars as you're playing.
And you're like streaming videos, like fitness, like actual popular
They've got
fitness videos.
I don't know. I'm sure Billy Blanks is in there or whatever. It's like
Insanity
all the Insanity and
P90X.
Jillian Michaels and P90X and whatever.
I don't know if it specifically had P90.
I think I saw that in the trailer.
Okay.
They said there's like over 300. I mean, they said there's enough to do a different one every day for a year.
But all I did were jumping jacks, so and it seemed to be reading those quite well. But
well, just the game aspect of it, like you were doing jumping jacks without the arms, and it was giving you kind of a 3 out of 5 rating.
Right.
And when you added the arms in, it went up to a 4 out of 5.
I don't know what I would need to do to get a 5 out of 5 rating on those jumping jacks. I felt pretty good about those jumping jacks.
Maybe bigger motions or something, but like there are achievements attached to that stuff, and I don't know. It looked interesting. I might be interested in trying it.
Yeah, maybe.
I could use some damn exercise in my life. I don't know if we want to go through all that stuff since we're trying to do a separate video.
Yeah, we'll see what they send. But yeah, I came away from that thing and this feeling like the Kinect may have potential as long as they used it in subdued settings for games and for like dashboard type stuff.
The stuff I've seen that I like about it is pretty much all dashboard navigation and like identifying you and signing you into your profile and stuff like that. Like seeing that stuff in action is actually pretty eye-opening.
Yeah. I stabbed that Chinese guy.
Racist.
So I think that
he was trying to kill. It has nothing to do. I didn't stab him because he was Chinese.
All right.
We're in China.
Right, okay, it's important to establish your motive.
I think that might be in the multiplayer too. If you try to stab a guy from the front,
block.
they have like a split second to counter it. Which I think is an interesting big knife changes in multiplayer this year. And
yeah, it's a weird year for knives, for sure. But yeah, that's Battlefield. It's I thought it looked pretty good. We weren't counting pixels on it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff with like the stairs and the window panes does look pretty aliased.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, it's not exactly. This game's not exactly an eyesore, So it's kind of hard to know how to feel about that stuff.
Yeah, and also I have not seen the game running on PlayStation 4, so I can't speak to that comparison at all.
Yeah,
but I think the PC version looks better than this.
Sure.
So, I assume it looks better than the PS4 version as well. But yeah, so that's our time with the Xbox One. They also had Call of Duty Ghosts there, which
Yeah, they had a lot of other
seems to be
stuff.
running pretty well.
They had Project Spark.
Yeah.
Quite a few other things.
We took a look at Loco Cycle for a little while, which looked, like it's potentially interesting. And
Got Tom Savini in it.
yeah, they've got like
other
all their
guys.
live action stuff that
James
they've
Gunn.
been putting out, so that's got potential. I came away from this thing. I went into it feeling pretty skeptical about the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Just from what they had shown up to that point or not shown up to that point, and between this and getting that dashboard demo, like it's the thing that looks like it'll probably be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dead Rising is the only game I really want to play, but the platform itself looks fairly sound.
Yeah, I
From a
think,
UI
I
perspective.
think, for me, like I really want to play Forza,
Yeah.
and I'll check out Dead Rising. But I don't know, some of the rest of the stuff, like give it a shot. But a lot of it's multi-platform anyway, so
Well,
I got to
what-
play Assassin's Creed 4 somewhere, and I think that's going to be PS4.
Yeah, probably same for me.
Yeah,
3 weeks away?
2 weeks away.
Jeez, really?
For the
Because
Xbox, yeah.
PS4 is
a
out
week.
next week,
Next
and then
Friday.
Next Friday, and then the Xbox is the week after.
Oh my God, we're in
Is
it.
it just a week after?
We're
Man,
in
I
it.
always thought it was 2 weeks apart.
7 days.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
my per bank account.
Finish all those PS4 games before that Xbox. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, luckily, there's only like 3.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Yeah, so depending on what we get on this dashboard stuff, we may have more to say on that, or maybe we'll hold that off for a podcast or something, depending on what we get out of it.
Yeah.
But
That's cool. I'm with you guys. I feel better having seen that stuff. Now I'm excited to play Dead Rising, and
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm buying
Yeah.
something and then sitting on it and waiting for the games to come
I think
out.
if you can get one good 8 to 10 hour game on each console, like you'll probably feel okay about having them, right?
No, but
over the course of the whole generation,
No, I mean like
not
for the
really.
first month or so. I'm saying.
no, 10 hours is not a month.
Dude,
worth of game.
Dude, I'm trying to work with what we got here.
Yeah, I
like-
mean, I think that that,
but
yeah.
what I want is to plug that thing in and play something cool.
That's
So,
what I
like,
mean, yeah, like,
I will
yeah.
feel better
and
day
then
one.
feel like these are systems that are going to evolve and grow and stuff
Right.
like that.
I'm
and
saying if you get
eventually-
one good game that you can play to completion and feel all right about it.
Yeah.
Like it's a start.
Yeah,
at least.
And I suspect that both platforms will, in fact, have that.
Yeah.
So that's a okay place to start. It's better than some platforms have done.
Sure.
So we'll have to see how the rest goes. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll have more
Plenty
about this
more
console stuff.
PS4 stuff and more Xbox stuff and
Yeah.
As
Wii U
news
maybe some
develops.
Wii U stuff.
There's a hot Wii U games coming out.
true.
The next few weeks will be nuts. So
A lot of games.
Stick around. We got more.